And there am I back already, guys. Bitcoin dropped here a little bit to the downside. I warned you earlier about there are areas that we need to be careful of, that we could go down to, especially also in altcoins. And I'm going to show you now what I believe is going to happen next. And if we have enough time, we will also do some live trades. So definitely stick around here because there's a lot that I have again prepared for you guys that we're going to go over, especially here Bitcoin right now. So much content. And yeah, we'll definitely talk about what's going on. You know the drill, guys, already. Let's go. Thank you guys for tuning in here at a later hour than earlier. Just something on the side because it's actually funny. You know, I can almost set my alarm for when my neighbors here in this building start fighting. You know, it's crazy. You know, every single day around the same time in the afternoon, they start going crazy at each other. I have no idea why, but yeah, it's actually funny because it's almost around the same time that I always hear them screaming through the walls. But anyway, we are here on the DXY. The DXY keeps going to fall here into lower levels, but the DXY is not really the interesting thing here, but we should still keep an eye on the DXY today. And the reason is that we have some quarterly earnings coming out from companies like Tesla and some other companies. I just saw that like 2 minutes ago, that some of these numbers are coming out, and they can definitely also impact right now the Bitcoin price and also the overall crypto market. So here on the weekly chart, there if you have a high time horizon, you see that this, what is happening right now, is just a blip on the radar for Bitcoin. You know, we did not do really anything here on the weekly chart. So, but when we start to look here into lower time frames, like compared to the weekly one, and we go here into the daily, and then you see we were breaking out, actually a nice breakout here out of that bull pennant or a symmetrical triangle, and now we are breaking back into the into this chart pattern. We technically broke out a little bit too early. You want to see here in that area, you want to see the breakout. So basically from tomorrow onwards into Wednesday next week, from today in a week, that's where you want to see that breakout happening. So we were a day early, and sometimes it happens, you know, that if we are just a day too early, that things turning around. But we were also running here into some resistance. Not only that we are try to break out here to go higher, we of course faced some resistance. Here got a bounce from the golden ratio. That's absolutely amazing for us, that there's currently the level of support at $118,100. As long as we're holding this level, we will still get continuation. Overall here also on the 30 minutes chart, we got here close again to the green re-entry zone, and from there got a bounce back up. So this is for me a really strong sign for warranted continuation to the upside. And okay, I just thought there's really a problem with the mic. Yeah, and we are putting here now also higher lows in, so that we did not even come into that green support zone and we're slightly above that is for me really bullish. What I want to see now to actually open a bigger trade on Bitcoin is that we break $118,180 approximately and close the candle above. Then I would trade the continuation to the upside. And if you want to take trades like that, guys, don't forget you can go here to BloFin. On BloFin, you get up to $5,000 in deposit and sign-up bonuses. And if you deposit at least $500 and signed up with my link, you can get access to my trading group. You should definitely take advantage of that, because even though the market dropped, I did not really lose any money yet. You know, so we are still in the green overall. And for that, just write my team on Telegram or on Twitter. And then we're going to add you to the group. Something else I want to mention here, because there was a scammer in my Twitter account, but I caught him last week or something really early. There is only one handle that I use personally, only one handle on Twitter and on Telegram, and he scammed through my Twitter account on Telegram. There's only one handle that I use, and also my team has only one handle. It is never a name, you know, it's AMCrypto and then like not something with like a 0 or something. We have like proper endings behind that. You know, you find the normal AMCrypto support, for example, in the description of every video. Only trust that link. And my personal one, you can, if you really want it, you can get it either in one of the public channels or on Telegram, or actually through that support, you know. So otherwise, don't trust any AMCrypto handles. There's only these two. Nothing else is out there, because an exchange actually lost money, and I had to clarify that this was nobody from my team, that was not me, you know. So, and then they understood that it was not me, and then they were like, okay, you know. So they were like, yeah, they're gonna pay more attention next time. But anyways, here on the MDX Algo scalp gradients, almost forgot what they are called. Here we basically got just a retest of the downward sloping resistance, which is inherently also a good sign, and a retest of the weekly open. The weekly open has held, which is really important. And here also that big buy cluster is giving currently us support. So if we can hold this for another 1.5 hours, these levels here, then I see at least a retest of here the daily open at around $120,000, and that's why I want to take a trade when we are going $300 more to the upside to take advantage of that. So now I need to look here. Yeah, so basically more or less from here is where I would take the trade then to the upside. Here on this 4-hourly chart, yeah, we basically got rejected. Again rejected from here, that dashed line, and also then broke here below that support line. But what did I tell you guys? I said as long as the 50 and the 20 moving average move in sync next to each other, they're gonna build a strong support band. So if the 50 would have been here, we would have dropped all the way down here, and then we would have gotten that bounce. So now that we had both pretty close next to each other was yeah, a saving grace for Bitcoin, for avoiding to drop here way lower if the 50 would have been anywhere else. On the 1-hourly chart here, you can already see that also here we are getting a nice bounce. Look here at the RSI pointing back to the upside. Stochastic was flatlining here in that whole move to the downside. So also here, there's a lot of momentum now built up to push back to the upside. And MACD is also about to turn around here. Do we have here any vector candles here? I actually see here one fair value gap, and that's here in this candle. Yeah, it's in that candle from 119,130 to like 119,400. So that could become now a target to liquidate all the short positions that have built up in that candle, because that was an acceleration candle. And there, a lot of people go short because they understand, okay, the market will now further decline. And yeah, then I take short positions from there. And there's now liquidity for a market maker in the short term where I can drive price back up to liquidate them. Then maybe we get another leg to the downside to grab again liquidity from everybody that went long when we are breaking here above $118,100 and $300. And then you see here the move to the upside. That's kind of the play that I see on the shorter time frames. In terms of the liquidation levels here, nothing has really changed. We took here a little bit of liquidity that I also pointed out earlier in my early morning, where I said here we could tap this and then we turn around. And this is exactly what happened. Instead of going first up here, we took that little bit that was down here, which technically did not make a lot of sense, at least not on the liquidation levels. And now we need a close above, yeah, what did I say? $118,300. Here is the exponential moving average on the 4-hourly chart. That is where we need to close in the next 1.5 hours. If we get to close, like I said, then we go here all the way up into this area to take the short liquidity. This is also what I see here on a liquidation heat map. Even if I refresh this now, so you see we have taken out here all this liquidity that was here below us. Now there's highly concentrated short liquidity sitting only above us. It makes no sense for a market maker to go all the way down here to $115,000 when we took now here quite a bit already out of the market. So now it's time to turn it around, get a short squeeze from around $119,700 and push it above $120,000. The Ethereum Bitcoin chart, we don't need to talk about this, that this is pulling back. I warned you about this. Dominance also bouncing back to the upside with a bigger candle. Not really surprised, but as long as we are staying below 61.9%, we should get a rejection from there by tomorrow or after tomorrow and continue the upwards move for altcoins. And honestly, altcoins have not insanely pulled back. So we have some juicy pullbacks here. I'm going to show you them now here in a second. But yeah, nothing that out of the norm, you know, so which is actually good. That just shows you how much strength right now is in these altcoins. And if you want to trade altcoins, guys, then go to Bybit. You get up to $30,000 in deposit and sign-up bonuses if you sign up there, plus a Bybit card. And I actually also opened a new XRP trade here on Bybit. Just going to show that quickly to you guys while it's running. So there, I'm like $150, $160 in profit right now on this position. A little bit risky, 25x, but I was like, okay, I don't think that low that I use as a stop loss that it will go there. For now, it's holding. So yeah, that's the position that I just opened earlier on Bybit. Again, there's a link in the description if you want to sign up there. Total free market cap, yeah, nicely pulling back into the former resistance area. I hope we come here a little bit back to like $1.05 trillion. That's what I would like to see, that we close around that level, this daily candle, and then either keep consolidating and next week at some point get that break, or come straight back up here and keep consolidating above that area before we get that push into a new all-time high. But in any way, as long as we are keeping above $1.04, $1.05 trillion and staying here in this box, it's absolutely fine by me, you know, because I know what's coming afterwards. And when we're looking at Ethereum, so now we can, if there is not a huge retrace coming to the upside, then we can more or less now already say that the two candles here on the top, that is a spinning top, you know, spinning top reversal. This here has now started, you know, so, and potentially this zigzag move like this was on a shorter time frame playing out, most likely on the 4-hourly. I have to look a little bit. Kinda, it was the other way around, so it wasn't going higher, it was going up, then it made a lower high. So here, just did you see that? Here, this is what I'm talking about. You know, so here, this, and now we come lower. So this is where I see. So there will be a short-term bounce, obviously, because the RSI is soon. Oh no, the RSI has still a way to go. Yeah, most likely we're gonna reach here over the next 24 hours, $3,500 for Ethereum, or getting really close to it. So here, if this order block, if that order block here, is not able to hold the price afloat where it is right now, and the price drops into this order block, $3,500 or a little bit even below that, as I mentioned this morning, and then this whole thing is completely about to play out here. And then the only question is, that's the only question that I have to myself, will we get all the way down here to like $3,300, or will we have something like this, you know, so yeah, like this or like this here in this kind of area? But the overall play will look like this, in my opinion. No, we don't need to talk about this. So here we are at the level for Solana that I gave you this morning. I said expect 190, 192, 150, 195, somewhere in that vicinity. I see Solana pulling back if we are not breaking here over the next coming hours above $205 and $207. So now you see it. You see also here on the 4-hourly chart, stochastic is already flatlining. MACD is still looking a little bit bearish. The RSI obviously too. So here I expect in the next 8 hours on the shorter time frames, somewhat forming of a bottom. So that can look, yeah, so let's have a look here. Yeah, so maybe here on the 1-hourly we are already about to try to do that. So, but I could still see that we go a little bit lower, maybe another $1 or $2 lower for Solana before this starts really to slightly turn around. So, and this is your chance right now to actually get here into Solana. Oh, wait. Fuck. Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah. Sorry. My mistake, guys. My mistake. So, yeah. So, but here, that is right now a good area to get into a Solana trade. Here. This whole area. This whole area is for me a good re-entry for continuation, because I believe that most of these drops right now will be really, really shallow. This is in an altcoin season, this is a shallow pullback, guys, because a proper pullback in an altcoin season would look like this, you know, and then you see here coming up something like this, you know, then maybe a little bit lower again, up, and then it would go back to the upside, you know. So this is a shallow drop that will quickly be recovered, and then you get straight continuation with the next impulse move to the upside. So, and then when we go into a higher time frame like the 12 hourly, can make I can line that out better. So you're up, running into resistance, pulling back into former resistance, which is now support, and then you get here the next impulse move to the upside. This is what is playing out here in many coins right now, across the board. So then when we're going here into the bump and run pattern, also here, I told you yesterday there should be some consolidation here before we get the next leg up because of the fractal that I had here, and it's the same thing, guys. It's the same thing. You know, you cannot make this shit up. Because if you go back, this is on the chart here for like 2-3 weeks already, you know, so before we actually got the breakout, and we are following this here, yeah, more or less exactly to the T, how this is lined out here. So now we will definitely come back up here a little bit. I don't believe that we close around $190 today. You know, it will be somewhere in the middle, 195, 196, maybe even 197. So, and that's why it is a good moment to take a position here right now on Solana to trade the continuation, because I still believe by next week, you know, by next week we will be at around $237, $250 for Solana. The same here with XRP. Like I told you, I have that trade here open, which is now a little bit more profitable already. So I'm going to show it to you, and then not forgetting to switch the screen again. Up, come on, zoom. There, 172 now, 180-ish. So it's going up, you know, so it's going up. So in here today, while I was off stream, I saw here that this downward sloping trend line is forming, and I was hoping that for my other XRP trade that I have, that we're going to break here. And then the market decided, nope, we're gonna take a shit, you know, and go to the downside. But now on the 1 hourly chart, everything is turning around already. This might be already a bottom candle. The next one should come up here, fill that wick. And then we have here a huge imbalance in this red candle right now, here from $3.37 more or less to $3.44 approximately. So this imbalance will also be filled rather quickly. So, and here, this order block was the reason why I wanted to take the trade on Bybit. And I think here around, yeah, that is also more or less where my entry is. Yes, this is more or less where I also have that entry, I think. So, and because we got supported here from that order block, that's why I took the trade. You would be not too late for this actually, you know, so I'm here 1.5% up right now on that trade on spot. So if you want to take that too, it's not too late, you know. So just on this, because this is a scalp trade for me, once we're approaching here this downward sloping trend line at around $3.50, that's where I'm going to close that trade, you know. So because I don't know if we're able to break through this immediately, or if we get first rejected back down, then break through this. So for that simple reason, I'm going to take profit on my Bybit trade that I have there. On the 4 hourly time frame, also here, flatlining on the bottom, stochastic RSI also entering here oversold conditions. There might be some consolidation going on for a day or two, and then it's like full steam continuation back to the upside. SUI So you're still here in that cup and handle pattern in the handle of that. We are here at the bottom of that handle pattern right now in this parallel channel. So also here, that is a good level if you want to enter already. But again, if you want to play it safe, you should normally wait for $3.89. That is the safe level to enter, where we also got rejected from. But if you want to take a risk, this is the level where you want to take a risk from. You just want maybe to wait here 14 minutes that this 1 hourly candle closes within that downward sloping channel. So I would just go now and make here some proper lines and remove that, because this is like my hand drawing. So you want to make that professional and not some hand drawn lines. So something like this here. Yeah. So now we look again. Yeah. So if this 1 hourly candle closes here as it is, I would take a chance from there. So this will increase your profit by like 3-4%, something like that. Yeah, so if you do it now, it's like almost 3%, really close to 3%. Then the next one, curve. So I'm also still in my curve trade. So here we got already a nice strong bounce. And here, just on the watch list, I just want to show that to you guys. You see all the coins that are now still at least minus 8%, they were earlier at minus 10% and more. So, and these are usually the coins where I get super, super trigger happy to actually get into them. So you look at this, look at these coins that are here and tell me which one you want me to go over. And I'm going to give you, if we did not hit already some good entry levels, I'm going to give you other entry levels after we are through here with curve. So here curve, we were in that overall symmetrical triangle here. We had a fake out at the right moment to get out of that. Came back into this pattern here. Now we are most likely going to break again out of it. The indicators, they're all fine and reset it. Also on the 1 hourly chart, you see here RSI already massively turning around for a momentum shift. Now I only want to see the 4 hourly chart. Yeah, but here stochastic technically tells us we could go a little bit lower, but as long as we keep pushing here above 94, 95 cents, something like that, the RSI will turn around and shift the momentum back to the upside. So there could be a really quick recovery candle in the next 4 hourly, in the next 4 hour candle, and push us back here closer to $1. You know, so here that yellow line is where I opened my trade. So I'm like 4-5% underwater, but I keep holding that, so I'm not really worried. 1 second, what was that? Okay. 1 second, I'm gonna go now to other charts. Okay, so let's see what you guys want in the chat. I just did Sol. There's no reason why I should do again Sol. Let me see here. What else do we have? We can do ton again. We can definitely do ton again here. Near fetch up. Okay, let's do ton near fetch up. So I have to try to remember this. 1 second. My camera my camera turned off because it's too hot, you know, so it overheated. I did actually a live show with Mario Nafal on Twitter, and my camera doesn't like to be on too long, you know, so I have to wait now a couple of minutes, but you still have the screen, you know, you still have the screen before my camera comes back. 1 second. So, okay. So, let me go to ton. Sorry for that. You know, my girlfriend is here texting in between while I'm here on the stream, and I have to respond to her because maybe she wants that I do something because there's stuff going on. So just making sure, yeah, we still have the ton chart. Ton also falling off a cliff here, but for hourly chart, massive support from where we bounce back to the upside at $3.12. So also here, as long as we are staying above here, $3.12, $3.13, yeah, so you can also take a chance from here to open a trade. I would just check here quick lower time frames. No, 50 minutes, no, I would not. 50 minutes, I don't like the 50 minutes chart. Let me explain you why. 15 minutes chart, when we come down and you see here a rounding shape like this, usually what it means is this. So I would be careful here right now with Telegram. So I would not open. If you have a trade running, that's fine. Let it run. It should be anyway on low leverage, because I never advocate that you should go long with 100x or something. So if you have like 5x or something on that, you're fine. If it's more than 10x, you might have a problem, you know. So, but I'm gonna write that out. I'm not doing anything with that position. So let me see. I said optimism. Where is is this the actual chart where I'm charting on? Always confused. Yes. Here also nothing actually crazy for optimism. We're just retesting this breakout level here at 70 cents 58 and got already a bounce here back to the upside of like 3%, you know, 3% that we bounce back. But of course, here on the daily chart, this is not looking good, you know. So the only good thing about this is that that I believe the worst is already over, and by tomorrow, after tomorrow, you're gonna see the turnaround. You know, like I said, in a bull market, this is never lasting really long. It turns around fairly quickly every single time. So now I try to turn the camera back on. Like I said, my camera doesn't like to be too long on. Yeah, see, there I'm already back. So now let me do shorter time frame. Yeah, for hourly, if that kind of closes here like it looks like right now here above that level, we should get a bounce in the next 4 hourly candle. But you see also here 80 cents, massive resistance. So once that level is broken, I think you're gonna get a 15% candle on a single day. Ton up, what was else? Fetch was the other one. So fetch is here if I still have it. Where is it? Theta. There's fetch. Also, like, did not chart here forever, but here, look, I did not change anything on this chart. Look here, I gave that trade most likely by the end of June, you know. So if you would have taken it, look at this here, in like 12 hours, target hit 17%, really quickly, crazy. So here currently, similar to what optimism did, it did this already. Here, 73 cents 5 support level. As long as we are holding that, we're gonna bounce back to the upside. 1 second. Okay, so yeah, we should definitely continue to move it to the upside. So what you're looking for on the 4 hourly chart is 75 cents 4. If we close the current 4 hourly candle above that level, or even, let's see, a 15 minutes. Yeah, here I would even risk it with a 15-minute candle. So if this moves up here like 0.8%-ish more, and we close a 15-minute candle above that level, I would take that risk, because that can also go really quickly back here to the upside. So for hourly chart, and then set fetch up. What else was here earlier? Fetch up ton. What? Fetch up ton. XRP, I did already. XRP. So let's see here. 15x, too much. Definitely too much. So yeah, I kind of have a quick look here. Wow. Yeah, let me have a look here. What's juicy? Cardano was, somebody asked about Cardano earlier. I think that's what it was. Yeah, also here. So we were everywhere retesting untested support to basically confirm that support, and that's from where we are bouncing right now. So as long as over the next 12 hours we are holding that support, there will be continuation back to the upside, without any doubt in my mind. Because also what we should look at, altcoin season index here. So we were today at 59, now we pulled back to 49. So absolutely fine. We are technically still running here in direction of like a full-blown altcoin season. So and I told you guys, when we were down here, I said build your positions. So if you would have built positions there, you are absolutely fine. You're still sitting in the money. You're definitely sitting still in the money. If somewhere down here you have built your positions, it's just somewhere here in between. There you're still a little bit in the money, but not as much as if you would have done it down here. And I can tell you here, just a move to the downside, that small blip here, in my opinion, tomorrow is already over, because when you look here, look at this here, how small that was. That was a 3%, 3% blip here before we got here a massive expansion. So here, this here is for me similar. So of course it's 10, but it's similar to this here, and then a massive continuation on the altcoin season index. So I'm gonna do here, let's see, that coin, I've never heard about that coin. No, SEC decision had nothing to do with that. This whole move to the downside was a liquidity grab and a retest of support to see if that support is now actually support. That's what it was. It had nothing to do with SEC and Optimism ETF. So let me see here. We can do say, so that was also on my list of coins that I want potentially to long. Let's see how much that was hammered. Not that bad overall, actually. So we were almost 20% higher here. Let's see. Here's a downward sloping channel. Downward sloping parallel channel. Come on. Again, look at this here. We just run into support, which was priorly resistance. This is all what we are doing across the board. So, and if you just go and draw these lines, horizontal lines, to see this, then you know from where you can long right now. So like I said, as long as we're holding above these lines here across the board on all coins, you can just go there and long from there. So or slightly above. When we're closing slightly above that line, you can take a chance and then you set your stop losses like 2-3% below these lines. So here in that case, most likely I would set it here at 31. No, what is that? 31.1 cents. That's where I would set this. So yeah, of course that is not a small stop loss. This is like, yeah, it's 5%, but in a bull market, 5% is fine. In the last bull run, actually, I had stop losses 7 to 8% between on most trades that I have given. Yeah, it was around 6 to 9% stop losses that I gave. But we had also like at least 20% targets, so, and they like 90% of them hit every single time. So let me just refresh here, because I don't see what's happening. Don't see what's happening here. So this is better. Whoa. Okay. There we go. There we go. This is much, much better already. So, I have no idea of if Aero runs on Cardano, so I have no idea of if Aerodrome runs on Cardano, honestly. So there's another coin I wanted to look for a long time at. Nobody asked for it, but I just remembered, is Atom. Overall, also doing not bad. Not bad. I remember in the last bull run, this was a $10 coin or even above $10. So here again, just ran into support, got a nice bounce. if it breaks here, $4.86 becomes a buy. Especially here, oversold, RSI really close to be oversold. With the next 4 hourly candle close, it will be oversold, and then it turns around. So a lot, really a lot of opportunity here right now in the market. You just need to wait another 50, 60 minutes, you know. So, and then even on the lower time frames, if you go to a 50 minutes chart, and we go before that already above $4.86 before we close that 4 hourly candle. When you see a 15-minute candle closing above a level like this, you just enter and let it ride. It's everywhere the same, everywhere the same. Moon phases definitely affect the markets. I know it's a little bit woo-woo, you know, so, but it actually, it is affecting the markets. You know, I know there's a new moon coming, and new moon market drop, you know, so, but it's on the weekend, I think. So let me look quick. New moon, July, I think it's, oh, tomorrow, yeah. Okay, that explains it, you know, honestly. Trust me, it has not to be rational, but it actually applies, you know. Full moon, market goes up, new moon, market goes down, you know. So we have a new moon coming. I should have closed my positions today when they were so nice and profit this morning. You know, if I would have, I thought it's the weekend. You know, I thought on the weekend the new moon is. If I would have known that it's like tomorrow, I would have either had like really, really good stop losses, or I would have just taken the money, you know, altogether on my short-term positions. But you live and learn, you know. So, but at least I know now, because the new moon is over, that worst, if it comes to the worst, by Friday, Saturday, we go back up, you know. God's really simple. We are in a bull market. You're not shorting in a bull market. I will explain this here one more time before I'm leaving, why you don't short in a bull market. So in a bull market, you have, now let me see if I can draw this properly. Well, I'm not so good at this. No, actually not that bad. Here, infinite upside in a bull market. This is the sign for infinity. Infinite upside in a bull market. There's nothing stopping the price in a bull market to go to infinity, basically. You know, so you don't know where the ceiling is in a bull market. So, but on a short, you know, the price can only go down 100%. You know, so it cannot go lower than that, than 100%. But in a bull market, the price can go 100, 200, 500, 1,000, 10,000, 20,000. You just don't know. That's why you don't short in a bull market. You know, it is, for me, insanely stupid to do that, because it's so much more risk than betting on the upside. And just take small leverage, you know, so small leverage, and you can sit out these drops that we are seeing today, you know, like a 10% drop on optimism. If I would have had now a long on that with like 2 or 3x, I would be chilling. Yes, I would be like over 20% down, you know, or 30% down, or maybe even 35% down on that trade. But I know, okay, in a couple of days it turns around. I just sit this out, you know, with like a 10x leverage trade. You cannot do that, you know. Now imagine you would have taken that short, you know, you would have taken that short, and you would have only started from here, because there was support, you know, there was support. I would have not taken a short before that level breaks. So now you are a little bit in profit, but if you don't use high leverage, like insanely high leverage, from $4.92 to like $4.77 or something, where you have, I don't know, this is like a 3% move. Yeah, so if you don't trade there at least with like 20x, you don't really make money, you know. So, and then I would be sweating all the time that the market straight bounced back to the upside, you know. So but I'm not sweating when I'm in a 2 or 3x leverage trade and I have a long, and I entered that long, let's say from here, and I'm just break even, you know, and I can just sit it out even if it goes a little bit lower. It doesn't matter. When it comes back up, I make all the money, you know. So, but like a short is limited here. It makes no sense. Absolutely no sense why you would take a short here. So let me see. So my camera again turned off because too hot. I need to find a solution for that. You know, when I want to sometimes stream here around an hour, the camera is giving up. So I never had any camera with that problem. Oh, actually, I know a solution for that, but I have to find where it is. I have it somewhere. In a closet or something to fix that issue. So let me see here. Yeah, so let's see what XRP is doing. Holding. So yeah, as long as we are holding here. Let's see what is 1 hourly time frame doing. Consolidation would be fine for me, but I would like to see here a retest of like $3.41 or something, at least, you know, because there is another here a short-term downward sloping trend line. So I would love to see here a retest of this, and then hopefully getting a break with continuation. Guys, throw me some other coins. Here's almost 200 people on the stream, and actually, I would be really amazed if a lot of you guys can smash up the like button. You know, the more people smash the like button, the more people can also see that stream. So smash up the like button and post some more coins. Oh yeah, Doge. Did I not speak about? Oh no, Sui. I did not mention Sui. Yeah, no. Here, Sui. Yeah, I talked about Sui. So yeah, if you missed Sui and you are late to the stream, go back. I talked about Sui. So here, Atom. Let's see, Doge. Do I have Doge here also on this list? I should have. I'm surprised that Doge did not get, okay, maybe it was under 10%. Yeah, looks like it was under 10%. So here, yeah, so this did not play out. So we have here the same thing. It's actually looking strong. I'm surprised, guys. I'm surprised. Come on, give me like 100 likes here on the video. That would be amazing. We are like at 67. We can find another 33 people here right now. Yeah. Actually holding up pretty strong. I'm surprised. So you know why we went down? We filled here the imbalance. Look at this. The wick exactly filled the imbalance, and then we started to move back up here. Oh, oops. So, but we need here a reclaim of 25 cents for continuation. But here the indicators, again, super crazy, overextended. The stochastic and also the RSI here in oversold conditions when we close in an hour. I say next 4 hourly candle is slightly turning around everything. And if not that candle, then the following candle. But I don't see us going much lower, you know, so not much lower. Here, lowest that I see would be like 23 cents, something like that, 23.4. Yeah, 23.4 in the next 4 hourly candle. But most likely it's going to turn around. So then, did I not do Aptos? No, I did not do Aptos. So then, but I did Aptos this morning. So I'm gonna do first dot. Where is he? My dot chart. How much did dot get hammered here? Not that bad. Yeah, also here. Again, cannot make this up, you know. So these former resistance areas, if we push above that, close there, continuation. So I would wait for that. Or if it goes lower here, $4.10. You know, you want to wait for $4.10 or for $4.24. Nothing in between. You know, I would not open a position in between. These are the two levels that I would be watching: $4.10, $4.24. In between, you do nothing. Yeah. So if you want to add or open a new position, this is where I would go. And then I'm going to do Aptos. XRP was already, I will have, before I leave, quick a look at XRP again, because I'm biased. I'm personally invested, you know, so I'm a little bit biased. So yeah, Aptos. Yeah, crazy rejection from the W line here, from the neckline of the W pattern. Crazy rejection. Came here back to our entry. This is actually good to enter right now. So if you want to enter this, like I said here, also in the next 50 minutes, we should get a bounce here because everything is oversold. In the next 8 hours, this is definitely turning around. So here on the 1 hourly chart, once you see the RSI looking like this, it will turn around. So if you enter from here, not the worst, you know, so because more or less around the entry level from that overall trading setup that I had given here. So not that bad, you know. So, and I trade this, as you can see, into $7.10. That's why I want to trade this in. So, and here another reason why you see that we got a rejection, because here was big resistance from the past. Look here. Here support, but then here are always these deviations below that into underlying support. You know, so here that range. So that's where we are currently trapped in this zone here from before. So, but as long as here that bottom is holding, we get continuation and get another retest at $5.62. Once we break that, you're gonna get a really nice God candle here once again. Guys, I'm leaving. I want to eat something. I'm getting hungry. Let me just see here. Come on. Maybe I'm gonna do one more. Let me see. Yeah, XRP. I almost forgot. Pulling back here now again a little bit, but I still believe that here, that I'm sure it's coming from the 15-minute candle. Yeah, you see, that's what I mean. You know, you're gonna see this in other coins too. That's why I don't like that. When you get a drop like that, you get here this rounding shape, then you go up a little bit, then you get another leg to the downside. So then you look here, stochastic already putting in a sell signal, RSI going down again. Yeah, so this will come down a little bit lower overall, in my opinion. It will not stop from where it is here. This will run here. It will it will go here down. Most likely back to $3.22, $3.17 maybe even, you know, to fill here these wicks, and then it will start bouncing. That's what I see for XRP. So okay. So guys, I'm leaving again. I will be back tomorrow, so definitely don't miss out on that. Thank you so much for everybody that was here. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I see you hopefully with some more money and green candles tomorrow.